Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I thought about doing it, but I'm not going to do it in a way that I get love letters like, you're fucking disrespectful, she's only just got flipping buried and you're shooting her. Before I get into that, no I'm not going to do that. But I will offend anybody to do that, but I'm not going to today. I said it last time, man of my word, I have respect for someone who is departed, right? And I do remember today my mum speaking to me saying that she's done a lot for us, being the wonderful Queen. The Queen. I'm not about Freddie Mercury, Queen. As we all know, today is the day that the Queen says her bye-bye, she gets buried. Today's the funeral, to cut the story short. Today is the funeral, right? So I'm not being disrespectful to the Queen before I get love letters. I'm not being disrespectful, but I just thought I'd do one more tip to the Queen. So I'm out today, as you know. It's not because it's my day off, because we all know everything's shut. Buildings are shut, shops are shut, shopping centres are shut, all the store is shut, everything's shut because of the Queen. Nope, I'm not going to insult her, right? But the one thing what pisses me off, and this is a true story, one thing what pissed me off, and you heard me say this the other day when I did one about Alex Belfield, right? Obstacles and your doctors, your nurses, and forget love letters. I keep repeating this line. My sister works in the NHS, so we repeat the same line. And my mate works in the NHS, one of my friends. They both work. I think my friend works as a care home, where they did get treated like shit I may add. And my sister works as a nurse, caring for the ill and people who are not very ill and healthy, right? So we get that one out of the way. So, yeah, I do have a feeling for the NHS, right? I didn't stamp, I didn't tap and flipping in lockdown, because I didn't do a lockdown. You've heard me say that loads and loads of times. But this is the thing what I'm going to get at, so I don't go around the houses. Because of the Queen's departing, every obstacle with people who are on the waiting list have used an excuse about the Queen departing so they can shut down as well. I'm sorry for being an arsehole. I'm sorry for being a stunned person here. But if you're a person, right, and you've been diagnosed with cancer, or you've got to have an heart operation, or you've got a very ill child, or you're ill yourself and you need any operation, you go on a thing called the waiting list, the waiting game, the waiting list, right? And we all know the waiting list and the National Health is on its arse. Not being insulting, being honest. Even my sister would agree on that one, right? So what the hospitals have done and what the staff has done, well not the staff, I won't blame them, what the big higher up people have done is used the death of Queen Elizabeth II. They've used her death as an excuse to cancel all that. So if you're a person that needs an heart operation, you're packing in cancer, you need any of that, tough titter, suffer. They might as well say that because they're using the death of the Queen as an excuse not to give that person what they need. I'm sorry for being an arsehole. People might love me, people might hate me, but I think an heart operation or the backward cancer or some illness you've been fighting for is a lot more important. People might hate me for saying that, but at the end of the day, Queen Elizabeth was a rich person. She was rich. She's had good beginnings. I doubt any of us would be lucky to reach the age she reached. Even her mummy, the teen mum, would be very lucky to reach that fucking age in our life. So I'm not being disrespectful. What I'm being disrespectful at is obstacles using the death of a very rich old lady to knock off the rating day, meaning the rating list for people who've rated for this and this and this, months and months and months, to get a bloody operation. That is what I'm getting at. Before I get the love letters. And again, I am going to thank the people that have given me thumbs up. Just to show you that sometimes I do watch my videos. Right? Sometimes I don't want to see my beautiful face all the time. But I do sometimes watch my videos. Right? About the Alex Belfield. Alex Belfield, right? I always fuck up his name. Alex Belfield, right? A big thank you for the ones that give me thumbs up. It's nice to know we have something in common because at the end of the day, I already said it. Do you want me to repeat it? I don't agree with what he did, Morally, I thought what he did was wrong. But at the end of the day, that person to go all the way, take him to court, oh, I suffered distress, oh, I love profanities, oh, I'm badly ill, blah, 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 find me a fucking river. All they had to do was block him. Block him. If, let's say, right, Alice Pearlfield was being a fucking nuisance, right, and he was marveling me and giving me shit on the line, on the internet. Not a do. Not a do. Not a brain person would do, from with intelligence. I'd block him. Block him and get him off the internet, you know, cut him off, block him. There's ways you can do it without having to go for all the shit about, I'm going to take you to court because you're stalking me. Is this what we've come to now? I mean, you've got cyberbullying. Cyberbullying. I know they make young people's lives a misery, but I just don't understand, right? There's programs out there that if you've got some arsehole who's cyberbullying you, stalking you, being a fucking pest, you just cut them off. You can block them. To give somebody 5 days, I think it's a bit too fucking much. I'm going to stick to my guns on that. I might get shit by YouTube for saying that. I might get shit from other people for saying that. But I'm just happy to have the thumbs up. I'm happy that I've got big ratings. And I admitted that. I'm an open person, right? I'm very open. So I'm not being disrespectful to the Queen, right? I'll give the Queen a do. I said this one before. Said it before. Without the Queen, without the monarchy, we would have had another Hitler. We would have had another Saddam Hussein and another Bin Laden. To cut the story short, we would have had another dictator, right? Ruling our country, right? Dictatorship is what we do not want, right? And yes, he's bought millions and millions in the country. I do with my mum, because we had a bit of an argument with me and my mum, because I'm pissed off at our shop has to shut. And, you know, I mean, the economy's on its arse right now. The economy, as we all know, is on its arse. So, it's a catch-22, but, you know, we've got this big event, we know I sound like an arsehole, with the funeral, right? And it looks like an episode of fucking Dinner Set, or an episode of Dyers. And you've got this big event going on. Well, you know, it's not an event, you know, I'm not being altogether an arsehole. And everyone's upset, everyone's crying the river, and so on, right? But like I said, the Queen did bring billions, she's bought money in the country for people to visit Buckingham Palace. I know she's a very well-liked person, right? I'm bit with the royal family, but I will respect it if what I've just said. If people are going to think of being disrespectful, rewind back with the Hitler and Saddam Hussein. That's what we would have got without a monarchy, right? Now she's departed, and I do know we've got Prince Charles. I haven't gone in pins. Why the fuck does it go in pins? King Charles. We've now got the King Charles, who's going to be the king. And it makes me interesting, because some people want him to be the king. Some people don't. Remember I just said the other day, the woman had a big bandana. He's not my king. He's not my king. Yeah, there's a time, there's a place. They shouldn't have been doing it when Charles has just lost his mum. Right? Bit disrespectful. Buy your time and then be a twat. But at the end of the day, that's only true, because with Charles, there's reasons why, right? I'm going to get into it. There's reasons why when the Queen was alive, she didn't want him to be the king. He originally was going to be the king. She said, no, I'm not going to come out of retirement. Don't think you can angle it. And it's one of these, can Charles angle it? And is he the man for us? Is he going to be the man for us? Can he angle this bit of responsibility? What is now been different, but it's not, I mean, it's one of these. It's one of these. He's now got to show and prove that he's the man for us, and hopefully he can get the respect of a nation like the Queen has done. So, without ado, to be respectful, because it's today is a funeral. We'll probably get back to normality tomorrow. I'm sure we're still going to hear about the Queen, we're still going to hear about the monarchy. It's going to be on every freaking news channel going into your brain cells explode. But we'll get to some normality tomorrow. But just so I'm not being disrespectful, so I don't get love letters, we're going to have a couple of minutes silence for the Queen before we have the funeral. Okay? Thank you. So that's a bit of respect for the Queen. Just all there. It took it ages than what I normally do when I do a bit of science. So, yeah. bit of going on about the moment about the pound notes. Is we're going to go out. I had somebody saying, oh, the banks are going to be shut down and all this, but nah. I just think if Ben said it will get Charles' face on it, which is going to be quite funny to see. It's like we've had pound notes before when the king died. We still had circulation of the king's beautiful face, so it's just going to be the same as the queen for people that are worrying about that. So at the moment, just chilling out. I've got an extra day off, so I don't know why I'm huffing and puffing. But, well, I'll be back in work tomorrow. Probably start doing my movie reviews again. Do my 80s marathon again with the 80s marathon. And so on. But into them people, if there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. If you like what you hear, a nice thumbs up. And if you're interested but you're not subbed to me yet, press that magic button. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.